And I was introduced to ICT. And I started studying his stuff, and I was like, well, holy hell, this is a lot. This is a lot, man.
Yeah.
This man likes to talk, and and he talks and talks and talks.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another interview with one of our SFT funded traders. Today I have the pleasure of speaking with Waqas. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Leah?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. So we were talking a little bit before we started. Do you mind telling us how long have you been trading?
Oh, okay. So in total, I'd say I've been trading for 7 months, 7 years. It's a long time. So actually, I started back like in 2011, basically, yeah. And I traded up to like 4 years, 2015 and 16, around about that time. And then I figured out like I need more time towards my studies. So I had to leave it, all alone. But I was very interested in it, but it was like um, um, I was, there was a lot. I need a lot of attention towards my study, so I had to take like 4 5 years over there. Yeah. So once I got my final degree, PhD degree, I got moved to UK. First thing after moving to UK, I started trading again because now I was on a little bit good money, as compared to money I was on Pakistan, so I started buying a little bit courses. I already knew a lot of stuff, and then I started at the joined couple of communities, and finally everything started to come together, and yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. So you were already familiar with trading 7 years ago. So how was it like? What's the difference from learning from 7 years ago until now? I know the resources are more available now. So how is that different? Have you seen?
Yeah, to be honest, when I started in 2011, I would say I was introduced to trading by my brother, yeah, but he didn't continue it, but it stuck with me, I felt like it could be something that I can really work with, although I've spent a lot of time, to finally get a strategy that is actually working now for me. So I started with same stuff, support and resistance, and indicators. Then I used to go to baby peps and YouTube videos. Watched a lot of YouTube videos. Everything I was able to find, on YouTube, I was like watching it, like like day and night those days. Then I shifted towards Elliott waves, and I I spent like a year uh, trying to perfect my craft in Elliot, and I finally realized that's not gonna work for me, because I always found somebody with with somebody else with a better count, and I was like, this is this Elliott waves are never wrong, but traders are always are. So I would say, okay, now this is not for me. So I moved towards harmonics then. I moved towards the pattern thing. I read the whole books of Scott Carney, that he wrote, about harmonic. Now I think there are 3 4 more versions around it, but I read the first two. I back tested all the patterns in first two. I realized only 3 of them are the ones that work for me, and looking at harmonics kind of opened my eye, and I started to look into my, you know I started to look into charts and find out the patterns that he didn't taught, in the book. And I started to find out patterns that would repeat. So I realized there were a couple of patterns that were occurring again and again, and all on a lot of time frames. So I named them. I started trading with them. But by the end of 2016 or 2015, start 2016, I realized I need a lot of more work on that right now. And at that moment, I didn't have a lot of resources. So I said, okay, I better have some money before I can go this route, full throttle. So I took a pause from trading for four years, I came back to trading 2021 late. I started right away. I tried to implement the harmonic patterns, but there was a boom of prop forms by then, and everybody was talking about that community, and that community. So I was like, okay, I joined one community. I learned a lot from there. I would say I stayed there for 3 months, left it. I thought that was enough for me because I know a lot of things on my own before than that. Yeah. So those 3 months basically taught me a little bit new things, a couple of new things I would say, that were useful as well. I still use those things till this day. Then I was introduced to ICT. And I started studying his stuff, and I was like, well, holy hell, this is a lot. This is a lot, man.
Yeah.
This man likes to talk, and and he talks and talks and talks, and it's like 2 hours videos, 3 hour videos, and so I started with just he started 2022 mentorship. Yeah, I just done that thing like 2 3 4 times, like for in a 6 months. So I read it, make the notes, tried it, then there I was missing a few things, gone back again, made notes again, the third time, the fourth time. And there are a lot of things that I found that there in 2022 mentorship that people don't realize are actually taken from his other lectures. So because I've watched it very 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 I would say acutely, so I was able to um, I was able to formulate my own strategy on the basis of my previous knowledge. What the biggest thing that ICT did for me was, like, I knew a lot of things, but his teachings basically, made made it possible for me how to understand how all these things are connected. And that's so I don't trade a particular ICT model per se, I would say. I have my own model that is inspired by ICT's teaching, but there is something that I trade off and I heavily rely on that he has not shared. uh I, I'm sure he knows a lot more than what he has shared, so I'm not accusing him of like he doesn't know that. I'm just saying, like, um so I would say there's something that he touches very minutely or narrowly, and I am very heavy on that. So I would say, yeah, we'll get into trades. I'll be able to, I'll be able to show you an example so you'll understand. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for sharing all that. And I think it's a perfect example how a lot of new traders, they come in and they're learning this concept. Like you were saying, you went from Elliott waves to harmonics, ICT. Looking back, do you wish you would have just stuck with one thing, or you're happy that you were kind of jumping around from strategy to strategy?
To be honest, I think I think everybody, first of all, has their own pace and own journey. Some people 2 years, maybe even less time than 2 years is enough for them to land on a strategy that is profitable, and they just need to keep doing that. That's it. That's how it is. But for some people like me, because I belong to a country, I belong to Pakistan, and their financial resources for me, because I was a student back then, were not enough, and free resources back then were not enough for me to pursue this full time at that time. So I had to take a pause, and so other people that are in this part of world, UK and even USA, they are able to buy mentorship by good mentors. And if you get a good mentor, I think a good mentor really accelerates your progress, I would say. So yeah, so I would say it's different for everybody. But I would say this time I have spent on market 7 years, it's like I've kind of seen everything. It's like there's nothing that I would be like surprised now with the price. Every fall, every rise, every, every dump, everything, every kind of news trading fundamentals and everybody, so it's like the exposure that I had in 7 years is a lot.
Mhm.
So now I feel in the start of this year, I started feeling okay, now I'm arriving somewhere. I'm making some consistent gains on my personal account. So maybe now is the time, because I was always watching interviews of prop firm traders, every prop firm is giving to like interviewing their traders. I was watching them, and I was comparing them with me, and I was like, these guys are not very different from me. I think I'm just there, but I'm not confident enough to whether I should go with a for the challenge or not. But I finally stepped up in March. I would say March or April. I said, okay, let's go with the challenge, and I passed it first time, and yeah, that's it.
Nice. Okay, so before March, you were just putting money towards a live account. How much were you kind of putting towards your live
No,
account?
I just have £500, $500 in it. That's it. I was just taking this account to $700 back to 400, $700 back to 400. Like it was
Nice.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was like up and down for me, So I was making sure that I want to protect like 500. I just don't want to lose it, because then I'll obviously have to invest more money in it. I was just keeping it there, because I found that if there's real money, I'm more invested and more serious about the trades. I
Mhm.
tried paper trading, it
Yeah.
didn't work. So I said, okay, I'll put in like small amount of money, like $500 in the account, and I'll try not to lose it, and try to make some gains on it if I can. Let's see, and that's I did that's the thing. The trading on that account is the only thing that I did for 1.5 year, since the last months of 2021. So yeah, it is a lot of up and down in there, but it's still there. It's still like $600 in there.
Okay. And that makes complete sense because like you said, it's a difference from seeing your own money fluctuate versus you paying a fee and now you can use somebody else's, simulated capital, right? So it's
Yeah.
like you're not seeing your 500, but it's like, someone else's. So
Yes.
now that you're trading with the firm, how has like your psychology changed in any sense?
To be honest, I'll tell you, I have a what I try to do is I found this hack. Like when I was trying to pass the challenge, what I did was um I I use a trade copier. So
Okay.
it's a very small account that I have with you guys. So I copied it with I tried it up with my real account. Yeah. So I was just trading my real account, and it was everything was being translated on the slave account,
Mhm.
and I didn't open that account until I passed it the first stage, and it was 6%. And then our second stage, now I was a little bit confident. I said, okay, if that is happening, that means I'm okay. And I opened the account. I saw what was the size that was being translated to from 500 account to this account that I'm using, that's a 5,000 account. So I saw the lot sizes, and then I traded that for the second phase. I traded the second phase account, the real one, the 5K, on the same lot sizes. So I passed it like relatively. I think I would say just in a week, the second phase. And
Okay.
then I was confident, okay, now that's okay. But now I'm trying to pass another other challenge, that is 50K, but it's not happening for me, because 50K is like big jump, So it's like whenever, so I was thinking today, and I was talking to a friend, I probably need to do the same thing again, tie it up once again to a master, and just trade the smaller one with the amount that I'm comfortable with, and the everything would be would be translated on the bigger one, and I would pass, because I'm kind of stuck on there. I'm doing on this small account, but on the bigger one, because big money
Yeah.
involved, so I'm stuck there. Yeah.
Mhm. And just to clarify, you said the master account was what account?
Master account is my personal account, like the
Okay, gotcha.
500.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the slave was the challenge that I bought from you guys. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Nice. But you did say once you got funded, you were able to grow that like 12%, which is very
Yeah.
impressive, right?
Yeah.
So are you still not looking at that at the slave account or just the master account?
To be honest, like I have a very small account. I told you earlier, I have a 5K account funded with you guys. With that amount, now I'm comfortable, because I've seen it a lot in like 3 4 months. So but with the 50K account, I'm not comfortable right now because
Yeah.
I put in a trade and see like, okay, holy shit, like 700 pounds, 700, and I quit it, and I like quit the trades, cut the trades, and quit the trades very prematurely and early, I know if the same trade, if I'm doing on a 5K account, I won't do it. I won't cut it. But it's a 50K account, so the amount is the drawdown is like amplified. So I'm kind of scared of that, So that's what I was saying. I probably need to tie this up with the smaller account, so I can take care of that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So in order, because clearly getting to that 50K account is one of your goals. So like, besides like just tying it to your 5K account, what else do you feel like you can work on so your psychology isn't so like fluctuating when you are seeing these bigger numbers and drawdown? What else do you think you can work on?
I think I need to I need to I need to I need a little bit more exposure, I would say, because I personally believe I need the reason I haven't tied it with my smaller account yet is because I want to get that exposure as soon as possible, so I'm comfortable, seeing that amount of drawdown, and I'm okay with it. With realizing that that's actually a bigger account, so that is okay. I've been trying to do for last, I would say, 3 weeks. It's not a lot of time, but I've been trying to do it with 3 weeks. What I'm doing is like I am trying to just trade the account that the 50K one, yeah. Focus all my attention on that, and see the numbers fluctuating in front of me, up and down, and trying to desensitize me of my fear that's irregular. That's because this irregular stuff, it's just a bigger account, yeah. So
Right.
this is something that I'm trying to work on, but it's been 3 weeks now. The both the funded stages of first account I passed in, like first one I passed in 2 weeks, the second I passed in 1 week. It's already 3 weeks, and I'm still like only 3.5% up, So I was like thinking maybe I need to try it up, or maybe I'll give it one more week to my desensitize myself with these bigger numbers, and yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, I do think a lot of people are in that same boat though. So like they're in the same boat where they don't want to see those bigger numbers fluctuate, but they're like, I don't want to just make smaller profits. But to your defense, you're like, well, it's okay to make smaller profits because you can still get that payout. 12%, that it adds up. So for those that are watching and like they're saying, I'm not at the 50K yet, but I don't want to get a small account because I want money now. What advice would you give that person?
The person who's trading 5K account, yeah, or smaller account, you'd say.
Yeah, the person that like wants like that instant money of like a 50K withdrawal, but they don't have that 50K like psychology yet to see those
Yeah,
numbers.
got it. Not about the psychology or the skill set. Yeah, I would say that it's, to be honest, like it takes some time to realize the difference between trading and gambling, I would say. If you are trying to gamble, you can make it early and lose it early as well. This is as crude as it gets, to be honest. You need to realize that okay, I have worked a week and I have spent whole week and I have made 2%. Now I cannot lose this 2% in just one day. or in 1 or 2 trades, because I spend a week to make that money. So you need to realize that quick money, or maybe you can get lucky once, and that's how a lot of people, that is how a lot of people get hooked to this trading game. They just try it, and their mind is not in it, their emotions are not in it, they're just swinging it, and it works somehow. Now now they have made some money, now they are emotionally invested, but because now they are emotionally invested, they can't make the money. So it's a very very strange game, very, I would say, in that sense, very difficult as well. And there's nothing out there like trading that sucks you in, that gives you some taste of, okay, big money, and when you get in it, like, because now you are expecting something. So the first thing I would say is to lower your expectations as much as you can. Don't put like, don't be over ambitious, like I would do it in a week, I would do in 1 day or 2 day. So everybody who is flipping it on the socials, just stay away from those guys until you make it. Once you make it, then you can, because it takes some time to be mature in this game and to understand most of these guys, most of the guys, things that guys are showing are not realistic, not realistic at all. What I do is, what works for me is like, if what has worked for me for last 2 years is like, if somebody is flipping 10%, 20%, 30% on every trade, what I do is I go to trader, leaderboard of different platforms, and I see the leaderboard. I said, what the hell is like this? Look at these guys, they are making, just after a whole month, they're just make 20%. This is their top trader. And how the hell this guy is making 20% in a single trade, and he's posting these kind of trades like every day? So obviously those guys are scams. So don't go to just smartphone data. Just go to different platforms. Go to the leaderboard. See the average, the highest. The person who has, the trader who has made the highest percentage is always between 20 to 30. This is my observation, and that's after a month. And so that's how I keep, I humble myself if I'm being overwhelmed with these I would say social media fanatics. So I just go to leaderboards and try to realize, okay, this is not real, this is real, guys, and this is what I need to do. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said earlier, your journey is your journey. Like when you start comparing it to other people's journeys, that's when your own psychology gets messed up, So just stay in your own lane pretty much.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, do you mind going ahead and just sharing your screen and kind of going over how you view the market and your strategy?
So let me try to do that. Okay, yeah, we are there.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, voila. Yeah, right. Okay, there are a couple of trades. There's this trade I'm in right now, and there's a trade that I took about in August. Let me go to that trade first, that I took in August, and then I'll come back to this one, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, this is September. I think this is September. This September? Yeah, 25th of September. I took this trade on USD CAD on 25th of September. So it's like, my niche is like, I trade like 2-3 things. Like I trade, I scalp, and I have very specific times when I scalp within a day. I trust scalp like only in a 1.5 hour window in New York time. That is for me, scalping over there. And this is the second strategy that I try to do, and this is where I try to I don't know. Everybody says don't pick up tops and bottoms, but I don't know. I try to do that, and I think I'm pretty successful with that. So this is something that happened in September in USD CAD, yeah. So I saw that there's a big drop on USD CAD first, then there's a shift of structure, and I wanted to go in here, but the thing is, there was a data coming on Thursday, and I waited till Thursday, and then I just wanted extra confirmation of shift of structure once again, and there's a relatively equal highs, so I try to do with at least 1:2 uh, risk to reward. So I took this one, and I just try to the things I look for is like, first of all, they should be a displacement after the drop. So you can see here, there's a displacement, market move aggressively as compared to when it dropped. This is a first indicator for me. Second thing was like, okay, it moved. Okay, now secondly, I make sure there's not any big data coming. Like, I just look for three things: FOMC, the CPI, and the third thing is like non-farm payroll. Yeah, so there was a payroll data on Thursday, so I waited till that day, and then I took a trade from here. After that data was released, and see, there was, after data were released, and there was not a lot of movement in the market. I took this, I targeted these relatively equal highs, and this is a very good trade, to be honest. This is 3.55 ratio, so 3.5%, and that's how it played. Yeah. So one more big thing is like, you always have to make sure that you are taking partials. Otherwise, sometimes it can eat up all your gains. So I make sure I take like 50% off on 61.8% on the go. I take 50% off there, and after that, like, I leave the rest of SL2BE, and like just a similar trade that I did on EU in August. Same thing, same scenario, drop, aggressive movement against a very I would say weak downtrend, and then the equal highs there that I was targeting here. So I was just waiting for that to drop once again, to just pick this, touch this thingy, this break of structure, just touch this and go to the I just placed the order, limit order, and waited, and just, yeah, and it took off. So now currently I'm on another trade right now. This is USD CAD. This is current right now. Yes, it is. So yeah, a weak trend up, and this is, by the way, let me show you. So this is basically, this market has taken the top here, and after taking the top, it has dropped very aggressively. You can see it there. So now I was waiting for it to come back and just touch this and make sure that it don't want to go up. So I put the trade here, same thing. I just wanted to target these lows, but my minimum is always at least 1:2. This is a 1:2 trade as well, so I'm just targeting this low. I have already taken like 50% off, because it came to about 85% and then reversed. So yeah, and yeah, these are the trades I trade. Like, these are the swing trades that I take, and on top of that, I also do scalping. That is only usually between 10 to 11 New York time, and yeah, I'm just doing these two things, and that's it for the moment.
Okay, and I heard you mention weak trend a few times. So when you're seeing a weak trend, is that kind of like lighting up your eyes, like, okay, a strong trend might be coming soon?
Yeah, let me show you what I mean by weak trend. Okay, just give me. Okay, so the trend, the way I do it is like, if this is my definition. I have just, this is my observation. I'm not quoting anybody here. If the market is going up, yes, And if the market is going up like this, so I consider this a weak trend. The two things that I look for is, the first thing I look for is that it should be happening like this. It should be going in this, or this should be like an equal column like that. And market should be going up like that. But if it's going up and it's expanding, that means that that's not a weak trend. So if it's contracting like this one, or it's going up and going in a column like this one, these are the only two things that I say, okay, there's not enough in the market to go up right now. Same thing for coming down, yeah. So but if it's going up, if it's expanding like that, like making highs like that and expand, I would say I disqualified. I just look for two things for weak trend. It's contracting and going up or down. It's moving in the same channel, going up and down. Second thing I do, once I look at this thing, second thing I do, because I only three pairs, Euro USD, GBP USD, and USD CAD. Then I go to the DXY, the dollar index, and I try to compare what's happening, what's going on in there as well, you know. So if I see this is extra confirmation that I use. If I see same kind of weakened trend over there as well, so this is a confirmation. Okay, now I just have to wait for, now in these cases I just have to wait for aggressive drop. And once this aggressive drop happens, you know, I just want to make sure to get it to just wait for it to go back to 61% or, you know, 75% retracement, and take my trade there. Yeah, this is a swing model that I use. It's pretty simple. I have, you know, I've not tried to complicate it. I just try to keep it simple. Just I don't push myself to take trades, a lot of trades, you know. I like, if it is swing model, I get like two good trades on every pair, because I every month, like it's like 5 or 6 trades for me every month for this swing model, and the return is like always 2 or more than that. So this has been working for me. There's another model that I developed that I used on JPY pairs, but recently their price movement is something that I am not very fond of. So I'm not using that one at all. So I'm just using this, and I'm doing scalping between 10 and 11 a.m. New York time. And to be honest, I would say I get a scalp every day, but sometimes it's like, just you have achieved your weekly targets just after 2 days. So I don't trade for the rest of the week, you know, just take off, because I'm also doing studies at the same time as well, so I need my time there as well. So so this is how I do it. Yeah.
Okay. And then what is your personal weekly target in percentages?
Yeah, to be honest, I try, if I make 2% in a week, where I say, okay, that's enough, that's done. But sometimes unless I don't have to do anything all week, I'm free, I can take more trades. But you know, I realized that my best days are Wednesdays and Thursdays. My worst days are Mondays. I tend to make good money on Fridays as well. I don't know how, but Fridays favor me. Monday, not for me. Monday, yeah, I've lost maximum amount of money that I've lost in trading is on Mondays in last 6 months. So I've totally abandoned Mondays for now. I'm okay with Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday, hell yeah. And if I'm not done by Thursday, I'll look for a scalp, or not swing, but just for a scalp on Friday. Yes.
Okay. And how have you been able to collect that data as far as like what days work best for you? Are you journaling?
Yeah, I'm journaling. I do journaling, but I'm not very heavy on journaling, to be honest. I just have a pad. I have that in front of me. This is just a pad. I just note my observations on it,
Yeah.
and I'm after every day, I would say, if there's something noteworthy, if it's something that happens and I find it interesting, and I want to test it, I would note it, and then I will, on the weekend, on Saturday or Sunday, I'll take out 2 hours every day, 2 or 3 hours, and I'll backtest. I'll go back to the data with this trading view, and see that, okay, this happened. How many times this has happened? Is it happening on every time frame? Is it just happening on one pair and or other pairs? So it's just stuff like that. So I keep trading, see new things, backtest them, and if I found them good enough, I also incorporate them in my analysis and my trades. Otherwise, I discard them. It's just like it's like that. Yes,
Yeah.
like I'm not a very good at journaling, I would say, because I don't I should, but I don't journal every trade. People trade journal their every trade, like this is how they were feeling when they took it, this is how they were feeling when they this is too much work for me. I don't do that, to be honest.
Yeah.
This doesn't work for me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, nice. Thank you so much for sharing with your strategy with us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, go back, stop sharing, no, stop sharing. Yeah, yeah, here we go.
Perfect. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Well, we can start wrapping up in a minute. I just want to ask you like a few more questions and we can be done.
Sure.
Okay. Let me pull my screen back up. Okay. So outside of trading, can you tell us a little bit more about you? We know you just finished your PhD. What else do you do outside of trading?
No, I haven't finished my PhD. I'm just on the second year of my PhD. I'll be
Sorry.
finishing it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay. I'll be finishing it in a year.
Okay.
So it's like, for now, it's like two things for me. It's just studies and this trading, and just trying to balance them. But yeah, it's been difficult, but I'm trying to find a way to. It was a lot difficult 6 months ago, because I was working on a lot of things and trying to find a good strategy. I think now I landed something that works for me and that I can incorporate with my full-time studies. So now I've said, and I don't want to quit studies. There are a lot of people that that want to quit jobs because I jobs and do full-time trading. For me, trading is a passion, yes, but my work in academia is also my passion. So I will trade, hell yeah. I will try to get as much as capital as I want, hell yes, but I won't leave my job. I'm sorry. I'll keep that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's completely fine. And I'm happy that you shared that because like a lot of people, they're coming in like, yes, it's gonna be my everything trading, I'm going all in, I'm gonna quit soon. But sometimes that's not always the case for everyone. And that goes back into your journey is your journey. If full-time trading is not for you, you can always do what you're doing. You're working and you're going to school and you're trading, so your trading
I
journey
would
was
say, yeah, I would say there are different kind of satisfactions.
yeah.
You need money, but you also need sense that you have contributed something good. And I think that for that I'm doing my research in my PhD, and I'll keep doing that. I would that gives me a feel that I've contributed something, good. And where the money is like, you have money, the motive of the money is like, you have to provide for your family, and you have to make sure that you're not in a rat race. This is the biggest motive for me, because of for for doing the trading. I think this is one of the best ways to make money, but it's not a gambling. It's not like quick fix kind of thing that you said, okay, flip the 50,000. No, not that. That's not how it is. So I want to my target is like to get um 1 million in capital by the end of next year. Sometimes I think this is a very lenient target. Sometimes I think I'm being super hard on myself. and I'm not sure either I'm lenient or I'm hard, but I'm just taking my time. I'll back myself to get to achieve this target by the end of 2024, and see how it goes from there. Then yes,
Yeah, that's a great goal. That's a great
yeah,
goal. And like even like you were saying, you don't know if it's too big or like you're being hard on yourself. For me personally, anytime like set like a huge goal for myself, I'll just say like I'd rather fall short on a big goal versus a small one. So it's like you can still strive for that million, and if you get it perfect, if you fall short, what is that like? 250K or 500K in stimulated capital, like you might as well fall short on a big goal versus a small goal. So I think that's a good thing.
yeah. The thing is, yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree with that. But the traders, we are one of the most stubborn people, I would say, because the thing that we are doing is like normal folk can't understand it. It's like, and we can't discuss it with them, and we need fellow traders, to discuss our struggles. And it's good to have a couple of people that are trading around you to keep good check on you. Yes, you're right, but I would say like it's the upside to this game is massive. It can works wonders for you. You just have to be patient. Just give in time. Um, and don't try to make it all in one day, I would say, or in 1 week. And yeah, eventually it comes good, I would say. Yes.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, you shared a lot of good gems. I think someone will definitely learn something from this interview from watching. Do you have anything that you want to reiterate or something that you haven't shared yet that you want to go ahead and tell our viewers right now?
Uh, I just want to say everybody who's starting, like, just, just, just write down why are you doing this, and talk to yourself. Is it worth doing? Is it worth doing? Spending 1.5, 2 years without earning anything? Is it worth doing? If it is, then just just commit to it fully. Just there's no halfway in it. You can't just give it a 6 months and it didn't work, and it didn't work. It doesn't happen. So every successful trader has spent a lot of time in the markets studying it before they found something, before they found the edge. So you have to spend some lot, like, it varies, but you have to spend considerable amount of time to find your edge. And once you find it, it will be like fun, I would say. Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you so much. That was a great way to end the call. And I know it's late where you are, so I appreciate you for hopping on and interviewing with me today.
Thank you so much, Aliyah. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Thank you for joining us with another SFT interview. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.